So for this video, I'm going to be going over the consumable items that you can buy in Artifact that are not part of the consumables shop. Now, there's only 3 of them in the game right now, so this will be a short and sweet video, but just like my other item review videos, I'm going to talk about when you would consider purchasing these and whether or not you would consider adding these in your constructed or your draft decks. So, first up is Golden Ticket. Golden Ticket costs 9 gold. When you play Golden Ticket, you get a random item from the secret shop. This card is one of those ones that's always tempting because you think of the high rolls, right? What if I get Horn of the Alpha? What if I get Apotheosis Blade? But the truth is, let's go ahead and just stick some other filters on here real quick. There's an awful lot of things in the game that cost less than 9 gold or are breaking even with it. And then there's an awful lot of things that are a little bit more, but even of the ones that cost more than 9 gold, some of them aren't things you wanted to buy anyway, right? Like if you end up with a Claymore or a Hero's Cape or something like that, Plate Mail even, you know, it's not bad that you got that out of your Golden Ticket, but it's probably not what you were looking for. So the truth is, Golden Ticket is like a lottery ticket. You're hoping to high roll, but it's probably not going to give you what you want on a consistent enough basis. So I know some people that tried in the closed beta to make this work, just wasn't really good enough in constructed. That being said, I'd be lying if I said that I never play this whatsoever. I do throw this in every now and then when I'm playing draft. Typically if I have them, I try to just throw one in as a Hail Mary, like, hey, maybe I'll get something great. Because it is draft, if you do high roll, you can sometimes just steal a game. So if you play Golden Ticket, it's usually going to be in a draft deck, and that's about the extent of it. One thing to note about Golden Ticket is when you buy Golden Ticket, it's not like you get whatever the random item is then. You actually have to spend an action playing your ticket to get the item. That's really important in terms of initiative, which is another one of the reasons why I think Golden Ticket is just not good enough, because you have to play Golden Ticket, then you get the item, then play the item, and then if your item has an activation, then you have to do that as well. So even in the case of like a high roll where you get Horn of the Alpha, it's a lot of actions and a lot of opportunities for your opponent to interrupt or interact with what you are trying to do. So it's not 100% like free value even when you high roll. Anyway, that's Golden Ticket. Next up is Obliterating Orb. This is 10 gold, Condemn, and Improvement. This actually does sometimes see play in constructed. It kind of depends on whether or not you think this or Demagicking Maul are your best options if you are playing a deck where you are really worried about improvements and you don't have a way in your colors to get rid of improvements. So if you're worried about improvements and you don't want to run Demagicking Maul, Obliterating Orb might be the way to go. Obliterating Orb is also a fine pickup out of the secret shop if again, at that stage in the game, you really need to get rid of something that is a pesky improvement. Maybe that cheating death is annoying the heck out of you or something like that. If you're in a draft, it's kind of the same thing, right? Might be worth it to throw into your draft deck just because it gives you a consistent way to get rid of improvements. If it comes up in the secret shop during draft, sometimes using it to get rid of those conflagrations, cheating death, home field advantage, there's a bunch of annoying improvements. The 10 gold could be worth it. So Obliterating Orb is one of those like meta calls. You're not gonna just slam these in as a 3 of every time you build a deck by any means, but depending on the composition of your deck, your expected meta if you're about to play in a tournament, things like that, you may consider adding this into your deck. Last up, Shop Deed. Shop Deed is 22 gold to buy. And once you purchase it, it says each item in your secret shop costs X less gold, where X is equal to its base cost. This is interesting because it's not just your secret shop items are free, but it's legitimately X less. And the reason I mention it is because the only time I've seen Shop Deed played is in a bit of a meme. But if you purchase more than one Shop Deed, you can get additional value. So for your first 22 gold, you make it so your secret shop is basically free for the rest of the game. And that's nice. I mean, it sounds great, but because the secret shop is, again, random, you might never high roll, just like with Golden Ticket, right? getting your free item every turn from the secret shop doesn't matter if all you're getting is, you know, the daggers or the small items. Not blink dagger, I mean, but, you know, the Jasper ones that give pierce or whatever, right? So not great in that regard. But if you play a second shop deed, so at this point, if you've invested 44 gold into shop deeds, it does make it so that purchasing items from the secret shop now give you gold. That's right, your first one makes your items cost essentially 0 because their cost is reduced. The second one still reduces the cost again by their base gold, but just like with armor in Artifact, gold costs can go negative, and you can get free items from the secret shop and have them grant you gold. So you could, for example, if you've played 2 shop deeds, buy a Horn of the Alpha from the secret shop and you would gain 25 gold. Like I said, it's a bit of a meme because you have to invest 44 gold into shop deeds and then hope that your secret shop is giving you stuff good enough to offset the fact that you just spent 44 gold on nothing. And then you can start getting gold like a mad person. Maybe use that for like Reptile Convoy. Maybe the rest of your item deck is filled with super expensive items like Horn of the Alpha or Apotheosis Blade or whatever. Yeah, like I said, I've seen it in a bit of a meme. In terms of like actual constructed play, I don't anticipate this being in any sort of deck that you would take to a tournament because it's a big upfront investment and you have to get a lot of value out of it. Unless you high roll, right, in order for you to break even, you've got to spend 22 gold out of the secret shop. So you're looking at likely multiple rounds, and then even if you're spending that gold, it might not be in items that directly benefit you or help you. And sometimes you buy the items and then you do nothing with them because just playing the item isn't worth the action that it takes to play the item because initiative is important. So shop deed is fun and a bit of a meme. But you're not likely going to play it in your constructed decks. If you want to throw it in a draft deck, if you've got nothing else that you want to spend your gold on, and you've got basically all your filler basic items, right? Your cloaks, your daggers, your armor that all cost 3 gold. It might be worth it to throw in a shop deed as a, hey, I've bought everything else. Once I get a bunch of excess gold, I'll buy shop deed, and then I'll get a bunch of free stuff from the secret shop. That might be worth it. You know, if I see this in a draft deck, I'm not going to judge somebody. I'm not going to say like, hey, that's a wrong play. There are times where including this might be correct. But it's also not like a high priority inclusion in a draft deck because it's, again, the sort of thing you do with like leftover gold, or you do this and then you hope to high roll. So, yeah, that's shop deed. That's all of the consumable items that you can put in your decks that are not part of the consumable shop in Artifact. Hopefully this very quick overview was helpful. I don't know how it could be helpful. You probably came to these conclusions already on your own. Maybe I'm just reaffirming what you, a skilled player, already knows, and that's Golden Ticket and Shop Deed are both too random for the investment, and Obliterating Orb is a tech choice / meta call. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, thank you for listening to my ramblings, and I hope to catch you next time.